Coastal Nation, Sanbanon Buffetti, and welcome back to Football Trends with me. Okay, be well, you know the drill. Today's video we're featuring on Better Energy, some of the latest news, good news, and also we'll be looking at some clips for Fetus Energy, how the much anticipated striker we have been waiting for, because as Kaizer Mtong says, this man has the happiness of the country on the palm of his hand, which is definitely true. But obviously, before we dive into all of those details, and then we look at our striker, we look at apparently Mickey Junior to we will talk, because there's certain things that you need to know about. But before just getting an apple, please do make sure you like the video, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification, so that next time when I post a new video, you will be able to get notified and be able to watch that video. But anyways, I don't know, where should I start? Well, I think I will start with just some quick updates, and then we will look at Kaizer Mayo, because we have been waiting for him, and anticipating. We were supposed to have him Monday this week, but because of certain things that they had to go through, he finally arrived today. And actually he arrived yesterday, and then today he's made it to Inachirena, which I will be showing the clips to you very shortly. But now let's just quickly go back. Remember, guys, when I say this and you feel like me no more now, or I'm speaking bad about Mickey Junior, well, here I am, guys. You remember when he posted that post to know Faisal Salum did not sign any contract, is available. Well, if you're someone, you would have had false confidence, and then Babane Tembo would definitely Mchita is available, meaning we'll be able to sign him because January is not too far, So yeah, you might be thinking how at least we can rest assured, because he won't go anywhere. So sign. Well, sorry to break it to you, Fei, but it's bad. He did sign a contract extension, and now was Chiyili story manje. Yeah, Naomi Kichuna, the best African football journalist, and I've said it many times, because the only thing I don't like about him is the fact that he likes to discredit other publications. It's not a problem. Sometimes, even now, I've seen the clips of Kaizer Mayo and everyone else. There are certain people who have made the videos earlier about this, but me nakanning is amaje and giving you the videos. It's not a bad thing, to come before. It's not a bad thing not to be the first one to break the news, because at the end of the day, we are all doing this thing, and we need to uplift each other. So if when you feel like because I'm the one, I'm the best, no, it doesn't make any sense. So for me, that's why I've been saying, and I still say, but anyways, moving on with Faisal, he did make that post and says Faisal Salum is available. He did not sign, he's free. I think he's just trying to get into the minds of us fans, because we are mostly Kaizer fans. It's easy, for us to believe anything that is coming from, someone who is trustworthy. Just like I made a story about Mhlali Mayambela. I thought it was a done deal, but at the end of the day, the news later on would know, guys. He did not. But I've tried my best to apologize in terms of that, and then we moved on. Now, here's some interesting news that you need to know about. So far, I've seen Kaizer Chiefs, they've been training, our center forward. So there are sessions that are being held for each and every player. So at the beginning of the week, they've had a session with Tetwa, one-on-one session with Coach Cedric Kaizer. And definitely, you might be asking yourself, why is Coach Cedric Kaizer only training with Omchita or Ox? Well, definitely, it's not just for the fun of it, but it's to improve Gemia Komchita, is to improve his thinking, the mentality, and everything else. We might see a different Sibongiseni Mthethwa than the one that we've seen the past few games that we've played. So definitely, we need to keep an eye out for that. And then also, we've seen strikers Nabo. They've been being trained by a coach, Khalil Ben Yusuf, if I'm not mistaken. That is the first assistant coach. He's been training with the strikers, Abafundisa, especially finishing, I know. Now I'm that Kaizer Chiefs players did not know how to finish. They're not being taught, or they're not practicing how to finish. Currently, Bonile Abachita Benzega, and I don't want to lie to you, but I'm sure even there's clips that you can find where you can see definitely the players are doing what they're being told to do. So for me, yes, I know I trust my sources, which obviously now sometimes they're not accurate, but I do trust them. So far we've seen the strikers, or actually I've heard the strikers are doing exceptionally well. The forwards actually now they're doing exceptionally well. This is why I've heard good news about Vhelebhayi. Umfana has been great at training. He's been showing a massive structure, capability, potential, everything. Unfortunately, we're still waiting on Isafa to give us a verdict, because at the end of the day, without that verdict, we won't be able to use the player. So as time goes on, Fei Toto, we will see what is going to happen. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, please someone said in the comments actually the other day, this is my first time hearing you say Kaurapela or something. Well, guys, I do try to speak certain languages. I'm a Tonga, by the way. Tonga, probably you didn't know, but you do know. Tonga and Changane, and then also I do tend to speak other languages. Xhosa, I know those guys, they don't like it when you don't pronounce the sound correctly, which even now but it's something that I've been learning. And then Chivenda I know a little bit of Isvenda. Then I can speak also what else so far these are the languages, I think, because Spedi, I can't dive into say okay, this is Tswana, this is Zulu, or what. But anyway, we are not there with it. I do not want to waste any more of your time. So definitely good news, Uti. So far Wabachita, they've been training very well. Also, I have one last thing before we get to the videos of Mayo. Rashun Dotli Fei Toto, he's looking good. Yes, I know he has not yet done what we want him to do, but it's been looking good so far. So I can't say Uti maybe Samile Simnigas is cutting and but so far we might get to see him very soon. Definitely with the time, the game's approaching and everything, we need all of those players. So we've seen Aiden McCarthy, back in action, but also we're going to see, some of the other players, back in action, players like Abu Josh Matlo, even Abu Mashiane, some of those players, I think we might get to see them in the coming few games, especially Lawazayo. So yeah, everything has been looking good, but Fei Toto isn't only time will tell how far we're willing to go with what we have and what we are willing to achieve. But so far, I'm happy with what I've seen. The results are there, and that they're working very hard. But Fei Toto, I've always heard Kaizer Jr. say we are working tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure that we have everything. But now it's not just the way, it's the fact that there are people picking up the stories, and we can see definitely Umshincho corner, everything is happening. So yeah, if we finish second or third this season, I don't mind. It's far better than finishing outside the top 8 in 2 seasons. That's a lot, and I think it was the 3rd season finishing outside the top 8, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely this time around, they're looking proper, smooth. So now let's just look at Kaizer Mayo before we close the video. By the way, don't forget to like Fei Toto.
This person, yes, I was here. This person is the person who has the happiness of Mzansi in his hand here. At the field. No president, no one. This man. Dealing with it. But there's a video there, so we're sure.
We see the face.
First his father, now his son.
You deal with the son.
I used to remember this father bringing this boy here to the training pitch. Am I right?
Traveling and screaming at his father while he's training.
I'm happy.
Come assistir nesse finishing! Ça va bien. C'est pas l'arabe, Tam na naszym linii to kolab.